Culture has to change.
Let's just start
thousands.
here. Let's just start here, Torrance.
I know. That just makes us
Let
leaders.
me tell you something. I'm about to get me a gold chain. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm about to get me one because I see the OGs got one. I see the motherfuckers, you too, motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers slick.
You got a gold chain on right now.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers slick as hell. But what I'm saying, you emulate what you see, Torrance. Let's show these people a different motherfucking path, a different motherfucking way. Because you've done it that way, Torrance. You popped off. Let's show these kids a different way.
So now for me, I am one individual, right?
Brick
I am
by
one
brick, piece by piece.
Well, then that means I'm doing my part. If you're talking that means I'm doing my part.
I'm listening.
Because I take care of 4 little boys.
I'm listening.
And I father them and I'm their grandfather, right?
Yes, sir.
I am one individual. But not only have I taken care of 4 little boys, I've also assisted in raising 3 little girls. Yes, sir. And all of one is 32, one is 25, maybe 26, and one is 21, 22. 2 I'm out of their lives, but I've assisted in doing that. And while doing that, I assisted an entire fucking community and then branched out into an entire city to assist individuals with opportunities of employment as well as housing. All right? So one more time, I just gave you a fast-ass quantitative resume.
He just venting in another
But
way.
that shit ain't nothing, though. No, fuck that. But that shit ain't nothing, though. Because I'm just one amongst many of individuals that are followers.
You're an influencer, though, Torrance.
I'm an influencer. So you need thousands of me because we're up against what's called a following culture. He's just another nigga. At the end of the day.
Torrance, let me tell you what I've come across since I've been outside. Can I say something real quick? A bunch of motherfuckers that gave a lot of their time. Motherfuckers that people have emulated and wanted to be. You too can show, branches can show these people a different way.
It's happening, though, but that is actually happening. I don't know what Jay doing down there, but I've been doing this here. I hold forums. Yes, I go and I speak to 200, 300, 400 people. I do these things, but one more time, it is an ongoing. Look, Jesus. Let's just talk about Jesus and what Jesus went through. He went traveling from continent to continent by himself.
Yes, sir.
You know how long it took him to get up fucking 12 disciples?
I'm listening.
You know what I mean?
I'm listening. It takes time.
So with that being said, we are just individuals. But the battle that we are up against is a huge one. It is a Chinese wall right there. But it all starts within home. It all starts within community. And it can start with self. You like, George, you, Jay, you guys are the beginning. Yeah, we working. But we need thousands of soldiers. It's almost like Islam.
That's why you need to talk to them motherfuckers.
No, we're doing it. But we're doing it. Look, we're doing it, but we're gonna have to do way more than this.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has voices. Everybody can go out and do your groundwork, your boots on the ground and knock on doors and so on and so forth.
We're not playing.
All I'm stating is these are individual tactics. Now, is this an avenue to reach the masses? Yes. But the masses have to understand the importance of the motherfucking message that we're running across to them. And all the time it ain't coming out gangster. Sometimes it's coming out church. Sometimes it ain't gonna come out gangster Torrance. Most of the time it's going to come out new sophisticated Torrance. How do I get them to adjust and make the mental and the emotional adjustment to the sophisticated Torrance? Because the sophisticated Torrance is talking about personal empowerment, economic self-sufficiency, financial gain, and then what adds up to legacy, where you can be here to grandfather children whose pops may not be there properly. You know what I mean? And all of that begins, one more time, small. All of that begins with what can we do to help the teachers because a village builds up one child. It takes the parent first doing what he or she needs to do, and then right after that, we're going to send the child out with the message of responsibility, of character, of morals, values, as well as respect. So when we pass that child off to other adults, that child acts like he or she has been in a place of structure, not in a place of chaos, not in a place of destruction. We are passing our children off where our children know to sit there and be still. Where our children know when the teacher says, Torrance, shut it down. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, hey, who you talking to? Hey, my mama don't even talk to me like that. And all this old bullshit. Everything starts in a small structure at home. Now, if they end up going down another road once they're out from under our homes and so on and so forth, there's nothing we can do about it. But initially, we have attitude reflects leadership. We have to show our babies how to respect adults and not teachers. We have to show our babies how to respect police officers and not just adults. We have to show our children how to respect order and discipline. And then once all that begins again within our community, you will see within house as well as community how police shootings will die down. How companies will actually come back into our...
that night, though, them polices told that man multiple times. He acted out.
What man?
Well, I say got jumped.
At the bar.
At the board. He
Okay.
They really could have hit him and got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
After the second time, I watched because Big Boy takes.
Sounds like they de-escalated versus escalated.
He acting a damn fool. And to the girl, because they were finna hit him, girl stepped in front of it and then turned around and cussed him out. And then he started powering down. But I watched over 3-4 times of procedures telling him, get down, be quiet, calm down, don't do this. Hey, get down, be quiet, you're tripping. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker got down, got up and said, fuck you again, and did this to him.
Shout out to Iris Rowley. Shout out to Iris Rowley for coming up with the Police Partnering Center and everything that comes with that to hold police officers accountable about illegal apprehension as well as the aggressive nature of
whatever training they was doing, whatever they was getting their procedures,
Miss Dorothy Smith.
I ain't taking no side. Them motherfuckers did their job because the shit was up here. I think they probably know, because like you say, when you do your due diligence, you can see that he's on some kind of drug. So we got this lab rat in there. This how the rat gonna act. So this is a human being now. I guess that's what they probably seen in that black brother. So how he was acting up. He's on certain kind of drug, and this is the procedure that I got to take. So that's good.
And taking classes for it.
And I ain't taking soccer. We know people that done got killed by police and all this and that. But I'm telling you, I seen them people did something totally different in my eyes. Where that shit, out of the second time, he could have went down. They got away with it.
Right.
I watched it go like 3, 4, at least 4 times.
Cameras though. Cameras.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat things. They would have been legit.
It got so much where I almost wanted to pull mine out, but I really want to go this way. Not that way where it's happening. Right. I'm telling the people, you tripping. What the fuck is we still doing here?
Right.
Yeah.
I want to call an Uber because I don't even like you now. Why am I even here now?
Why you got me involved
the people
in this
just
shit?
When violence happens, you leave.
You get away.
Fast.
You feel me?
The other way.
Run.
Because you don't know where that bullet coming
For
from.
sure, run.
Or just period. I don't want to sit in y'all little trap because they shut every street down. But go back to what I'm saying. Last night, that procedure, they handled it like real fucking professional. And it's obvious when I got in the car that they doing some kind of training on dealing with us. Because we some wild animals.
We some wild animals.
We some wild fucking animals. Because it's cool to be on fucking drugs today. It's cool to pop pills. And if your body ain't up to it, you better watch what pill you taking because that shit will put you down.
Definitely.
And if it don't put you all the way down, it's gonna fuck up your life fuck up your mentality. But I guess the ones who body trained to it, they doing it.
And ain't no high worth dying for, in my opinion.
I don't think that we're wild animals. I'm gonna bang against you with it.
Well, tell you your opinion.
I think we're
them
people.
Drugs in us, brother.
Nah, word up.
We a whole other person. That man was not who the fuck he was last night.
Nah, word up. This is what this is part of the process.
That's what substances do.
No, this is the part
wild
of the process.
fucking animals.
So all I'm saying is like before we were introduced to something, we were so-called how can I put it? We were hospitable people, and we were individuals that were thriving
to build
up.
Kings and queens and righteous.
No, we ain't gonna go back that far. We were individuals that were building corporations. We were individuals that were building up cities and so on and so forth. So something was introduced that made us appear to be wild, which was the drug game.
Black Wall Street.
Negative. The drug game. The drug game was introduced, and we went crazy. Because if you think about it, man, we had all the black companies and so on and so forth. Systemically, things took place where it makes us look like we wild animals and we're out of control, but we're really not. And we're coming right back at you. We're having this conversation.
20 minutes.
Oh, 20, not 2.
Them people is doing training on us. And I ain't
about
just saying
something
black.
that they created.
I ain't just saying black.
About something
I'm
they
just saying
created.
on people who are on drugs. Because you got to keep in mind, we're going in labs and that's a rat. We're going to get that rat that drug. Because when they confiscate the drugs, whether they prescription drugs or man-made street drugs, they're giving it to one of them animals, which might be a rat. And then they seeing how they act. I seen with my own eyes. I think last night with my own eyes where the motherfucker was a wild fucking animal through the drug.
Let me say something, cuz.
Statistically,
Can I say something real quick? So that drug has the same effect on the white person and the black person.
I didn't.
Right?
That's why I was. Yes.
So this
Yes.
is the thing about the training,
Yes.
right? That same drug, they dealt with that white person and spared their life. With that same drug, that black person, they gave them a reason to fuck them up. Because they looked
I
at
don't agree with that. Listen to what I'm telling you.
but now,
that black man last night
now-
could have went down.
But I'm
And
saying
if it hit the
now.
news,
Cuz.
it's justified.
Cuz.
Jay, you
I'm
tripping,
saying
man.
now.
Okay.
Cuz.
Okay.
I'm saying now. Cuz I'm
Okay.
saying
I'm
now.
watching this motherfucker damn near wanting to fight the police. Ain't listening to nothing they fucking saying.
Now, though,
And he
dude.
could have went down.
Hey Jay, what they did affected your life as well as my life and everybody
Well, who
else like
did?
that dealt drugs.
Well,
when the drugs came here, man, they gave us felonies and they gave for just being high. They gave us felonies, not the motherfucking major distributors, right? They gave us felonies. They locked us up. They took us out of our homes. And anybody that was addicted to a drug, they gave them felonies. Felonies that once moving forward, once I'm cleaned up and I got my life together, it's going to be tough for me to find an opportunity of employment. Now, you run that back to right now. Yes, they do have de-escalation classes, but do you understand what they're doing with white folks when they just caught all these heroin cases? They gave them opportunities to not even have felonies. They didn't even send them to the penitentiary.
I ain't even made it that far.
All I'm saying, all I'm saying
sharing
is
with you that nigga
they
last
have
night
they have
looked like a wild
they have
motherfucking animal.
de-escalation.
And I'm telling you right now, I just seen another little nigga who on social media fighting for his life. I don't even know if he gonna get off. They said he might get the fuck off. A little rapper, YM some shit, where he done killed his so-called best friends on drugs.
But it wasn't the new de-escalation.
That's a wild animal, homie.
The new
whether something happened in our time or yesterday or whatever they de-escalate, that happened.
New de-escalation tactics are not actually for us, but they know the cameras are showing. So they're going to do the de-escalation because they got to kick down $1.5 million, $12 million when they do something wrong in their process.
They got to
kick
that though.
They got
last night. If they'd have hit him down with the stun gun, that is justifiable.
I'm with
whether you say I'm tripping or not, they got away with it.
All
they
I'm saying
gave
is
him
times
orders.
have changed, not for us. It just looks like that though.
I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm not even putting a color or a race on it. I'm just telling you what I seen. And it just happened to be me. It just happened to be me last night acting like a wild animal.
And
that's all I seen.
They didn't bang it.
If they banged it, it was justifiable.
Thank you for that 1 out of 1,000.
Out of 1 trillion.
Word.
Out of 1 trillion. No, let's just say out of 1 trillion.
That's all that
I get that out of 1 trillion. I witnessed that though.
De-escalation.
The whole thing about it is it goes back to
attention to the school
cyclical shit, right? We are starting to be seen as fucking people. You feel me? We were not seen as people for a very, very long time. Back in slavery days, we were 3/4 of a fucking animal. You feel me?
And still.
So now, okay, yes, they are going through de-escalation processes because guess what? The black man is starting to stand up.
No, that's 1 out of 1 trillion.
But it's a small pattern that's about to occur. Though.
I don't know what's going to happen. All I did was just share with y'all what happened last night.
I understand that. What I'm saying is it's a pattern.
And we can turn to a page and see some other shit where a motherfucker killed one of us and they getting away with it.
But it's if we start, fuck a system, right?
Where does it start?
I'm gonna go with you, Torrance. It starts at the home.
Right back at the crib, by way of home, then education.
Yeah, but guess what, man? The homes are fucked up. So what we do now, Torrance?
What's fucked up?
The homes. There ain't no daddies in the homes.
Homes not fucked up. Homes are misguided. Homes are misguided because we're just paying attention to the wrong things. And one more time, once we get our shit together within the home, the second home that we send them off to, man, I promise to God, once children, if you can get your child to keep a 2.6 or better, not a 3.0, 2.6 or better, What comes with a 2.6 or better is discipline. What comes with a 2.6 or better is clean up your room, clean up the kitchen chores in the house, because they're practicing discipline. They're practicing rules. And the same thing that you're teaching at home, man, they actually take that back to the school. So if you could just keep your child at a 2.6 or better, we can run this back to Torrance. How do we make them do it? How do we make them do it? The government system, Job and Family Services. If your child doesn't make a 2.6 or better, your stamps will be deducted from $600 to $300 this month.
Let's go. I'll take that.
If your child does not make a 2.6 or better, right? We're not going to. Your rent is $1,300. We're gonna give you $500.
I don't really see that from that vision because you so fucking political. I'm more thinking. Just hear me out. Like I'm more thinking like I'm the 18-year-old asshole. You get what I'm saying? Man, fuck you and what you talking about. Come at me another way so I can understand something from another. You gotta kind of trick them. You know what I'm saying? You know, like say for instance when
How do you trick lazy?
Feed them
So
the medicine
when,
through the
how you
game.
trick
when I say trick them, you gotta understand that this guy who fighting for his life on trial, what got him there? Your little grandson cussing people out being bad. No, just hear me out. Hear me out for a second. He 13. What got him to this point? Let's try to go another way, where I can bring some excitement, but not that excitement, but kind of excitement to where he at, but not where he at. That's the tricking part, because I can hear you all motherfucking day. You just my granddaddy or my homeboy. Man, fuck what he talking about. I'm gonna go do what I want to do. And I'm gonna deal with my own consequences and choices, because guess what he gonna do? He gonna come get me. He gonna might whoop my ass. He might hold some things over my head, but he come to get me because he love me. Somebody ain't got nobody to come get him. So what do we say to them? How do we reach them? I think for you, I think you need to tap more into not the statistical part, but like what led them to that point. What the fuck is really going on with this little badass grown adult or this wild animal that I'm seeing? Because I seen a wild animal the other night, last night. And that might be crazy to say, like, but these are drugs that's affecting you. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, I know if when his ass went downtown, they put him down. When that drug wore off, he wasn't that same person.
What the fuck did I do?
You get what I'm saying? How do we tap into these kids? Because my 13-year-old, I let him be him. He just coming out his shell now. He let me listen to some of his music. I bob my head to it. Some of it, no, I don't agree with. Some of it I'm agreeing with because a few of them I listen to. But I'm letting him be him. You get what I'm saying? Because I could try to be the best dad or the strict dad all I motherfucking want. What about being cool with him? Try to get to overstand him. Because now you get to really, like when I drop him while we go in the house, he know he going to go upstairs, get on his phone or get on his little computer, play the game. But I'm really thinking like, damn, he opened up today.
Relationship.
I ain't tripped.
Relationship over dictatorship.
Well, even if it ain't my son, the guy that I'm talking about on the news or whatever, what can we do or what can we do to show them what we tapping into their life, but not in their life like that? I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but like not they ain't so bad, but the world and the shit that's put out there in front of us to catch on to and receive to, it got us. It's an addiction, temptation.
You gotta get on a personal level, like I said, Chris, earlier. You fucking walk the road. You fucking live the life that these people are living. I
used to always tell mine, and I don't want to resort back to me and mine, but like, you might need to talk to your grandma about me. You might need to talk to such and such and hear some of these stories because they real. Yes. But now that I, like outside of my family, what can I show to an average young kid who might have heard of my story or look up or heard of me but not know me? What can I show him or tell them to make them see something from another direction? Not stopping what you're doing, but it's the way you go about what you're doing. Because once you get behind the walls and the people get to snatching your ass up, you become a number. And now this is a process now that you're gonna go through whether you want to go through it or not. Your ass is gonna sit in here until we let you out. How can I get them to avoid some of these things? That's my question. Like you have a lot of fucking past experience to more knowledgeable and statistically now. You need to tap into like what the fuck really going on in everyday life. Not the number part, but like that lady really left a baby, an infant. Yeah. What the fuck do we tell this woman? Mm-hmm. How the fuck can you reach to someone like that? What drug? It's evident you on something. Mm-hmm. You're on something.
Because no woman leaves their child behind.
No human being supposed to do.
Because we have real mamas. But there's a lot of people.
I ain't even talking about mama. No
These
human
ain't
being.
human beings no more, cuz.
So that's what lead me back to like my harsh statement. What got us to this point?
Lack of morality.
So how do we treat that?
No, it's not that. It's poverty and despair. First and foremost, you just both of y'all just blessed enough to not have an understanding of somebody's mother doing them like that. And in every case, it doesn't mean that the woman is she's harsh or she's heartless, right? It can deal with, for real, she was raped when she was 13. And she had been getting raped ever since then. I had a client that was raped by her father. And her first baby was by her father. So everything is off track from there moving forward. You know what I mean? So when you say a mother leaves her child or the child here or there, the first thing you think is, they what'd you say? What's the word you using?
Me personally, I think she need to be held on the wall and stoned to death.
No, not that. You said something else. You said a word. Assholes or what you say?
She fucked up. Whatever worse word you can think. I'm saying it.
So you're looking at it from your perspective. Mm-hmm. You're not looking at it logically. For real, you're talking emotionally.
Very.
Right now, you're talking emotionally,
Very.
but you have individuals that have mental issues that are taking place. Right here, right now, I don't say that my mother was this, that, and the third. My mother was fucked up by somebody by her, who she thought was her.
You say fucked up, what you mean?
Somebody who she thought was her father, and he abused her really bad because he knew that my mother wasn't hers, and she ended up fucking me up the way dude was fucking her up.
Passed down
I don't mean
trauma.
to say, you know what? I'm sorry.
Trauma.
Hey, look, I don't mean to say call him dude. My grandfather.
You passed
and
down trauma.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Y'all was rolling. I'm hearing and I'm listening to shit. So when that took place, that I'm looking. This is my mother. I could easily say, mother ain't shit. She left me. Because my mother said, for verbatim, you ain't none of mine. Stay with the Joneses. You ain't none of mine no more. And you will never see your brother again, right? I'm hearing this at 12 years old. Even at 12 years old, I knew prior to that.
Do you know that when I was saying what I'm saying, I'm trying not to get on me. I'm trying to get to the people.
No,
what do we say?
I represent a lot of people though.
But we resort to us. We're going back to us.
Where individuals will say that the mother wasn't this and the mother wasn't that, and I'll have her stoned and this and that and the third. But there is a story to why that woman is like that. There is a story.
What do you say to that lady though?
To how that father's like that.
Or how that conversation? That for baby 16 months.
16 months, we don't. So what we do right now, we're going to emotionally jump to it because all we see is the baby and an adult.
Listen to my question.
I'm about to tell you. How do I know what to say to it when I don't even know what the story is? There's a reason. There are mental. I said something has to be wrong. So why stone her though? Why stone her? Why punish her about something she never had control of? And this is what I run this back to education. What? What's wrong?
The neighbor said she used to always drop the baby off and never come back. Well, I listen, and this thing might be the emotional part. I don't really care what you done been through. Drop that little baby off on the doorstep, ring the doorbell, and run. Why this time? Because we cussed you out. Don't never bring the baby back. You gonna leave the baby in there?
That's being cast.
You listen to what I'm asking. So because we cussed you out for keep bringing the baby and never coming back, and we didn't call DFACS. We should have called DFACS on you. So because you don't want to drop the baby off, knock on the door and run, you leave that baby in there.
Man, no, I run this shit. I run that shit right back to mom coming up to the school, and mom said call us if anything happens. And the mother shows up and cusses everybody clean the fuck out. Where is that coming from? Where is that energy coming from?
Can I tell you real quick? In my opinion,
same energy of
somebody leaving in
16 months.
In my opinion, we deal with passed down shit. We deal with shit. We dealing with a whole lot. Now we don't judge it.
Cast them to hell.
I'm judging that.
Do we cast them to damnation?
I'm judging that to the fullest.
This is what we do.
Because you haven't experienced.
This is what we do.
I'm judging that to the fullest.
That's because you haven't experienced the pain, though.
This is what we do.
You judging it. That's because you haven't experienced the pain.
My name Antoine. This is what we do. Fucking be the antidote to the venom that has been passed down.
Can't
We
be a
cut this
judgmental
shit out. No, but you could be a relatable. Look, mommy, I understand what you done been through, Miss Lady. My mama did this to me. Yes, we could be everybody that's just sitting right here, the victims of shit. This man was on the run for 13 years, incognito. You fucking gave up your whole
Well, your man need to take that energy, what you saying right now, because people could have judged you.
They entitled to.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. Everybody entitled to have an opinion and judge me. And you can feel how the fuck you want to feel about me.
But right behind that, there's an explanation and a story.
So let me hear your motherfucking story. Not your story, not my story. Let me hear her story so I can probably power down a little bit. Because right now, listen.
So guilty until proven innocent?
I don't know what it is. This is just how I feel. Who guilty? When you say guilty,
the mother.
Fucking ass, she guilty.
So guilty.
I said she should be, and I'm entitled to feel how I want to feel, whether you like it or not. There's definitely a situational mentality problem for someone to leave a 16-month-old baby. There's nothing
in our community.
It just
so are they guilty till proven innocent?
She fucking guilty. Period.
Wrong is
right
wrong,
there.
Right is right.
Ain't no to prove innocent. Ain't what you gonna you a psych? We gonna put you in a straight jacket when you come home in 3 years supposed to going to jail for the rest of your life.
We have a huge issue going on within our communities.
Well, I understand.
It's popping off.
Us three got mental health issues.
Us
three got mental health issues. I'm dealing with shit when I'm dealing with people with mental health issues.
Not like this.
We know that, Torrance. We know that. Right. Listen. When I say this, I don't mind someone being judgmental about me. I done been through a lot. I haven't been through nothing like that, so maybe I don't see to that level. Of course, she have been through something, or she owns something that's fucking in her head because something telling her to do that and it's okay.
Yes.
I get that. I get that, but listen to what I'm saying. The neighbor said she dropped the baby off several times and didn't come back when she was supposed to.
She had an alternative.
Just hear me. Just please hear me. Drop the baby off, knock on the door and run. Fuck, they cuss you out until they gonna call defects. Well, you need to call. So now we going back deep into it. Her mind ain't telling her that. Her mind saying it's okay that I can leave this 16-month-old baby here for 8 days. Of course something wrong with her. The first thing out of my mind was, shit, I might take her up. You know, she dead. She gone. This the emotional part. But when you sit down and you think, of course something has to be wrong with her. Whether it's childhood trauma that's coming down or some drug that's making you feel good to do or telling you to do that. Because I deal with people and done had conversations with people I know. They believe what they say, and then some things don't be said. Like I done dealt with that. I'm dealing with situations like that. A person can tell me, man, you having a full-fledged conversation, and you just told me I just said something different. And I believed it the first time, but I ain't believe it the second and third time because I really didn't say it. I understand that shit going on, but for me, as a dad with multiple kids, I couldn't even fathom that thought.
After all the shit that you've been through, you still.
Well, I don't even know whatever anybody went through. I'm still not fathoming that thought. You still gonna leave
your kid for sure. I hear you.
And I ain't talking about me. I'm not able to fathom that thought of the water bottle, whoever doing something like that to an infant. Judge me all the fuck you want. It's hard for me to fathom that thought. And I may haven't went through this to get to where I'm at, but that thought, it mentally takes me away.
So guess what? This is Picking Up the Pieces. My name's Antoine. That's my brother
Torrance Jones. We cutting off?
No, we got to go back. We got a minute. We coming back.
Oh, okay.
But guess what? Y'all about to we're going to put some pieces together on the next one, man. Let's get some solutions. Fuck it. You got time, cuz? You got time?
We're talking about solutions. Hey, look, we're talking about solutions. This is actually part 2 to Picking Up the Pieces, and we're speaking about being able to have some type of answers about how our children behave with the teachers and how hard it is for our teachers to educate our children in home as well as our community. A real community feeds itself, protects itself, as well as clothes itself. We have to educate ourselves as well as send our children off with the proper mindset so our teachers' jobs are not ridiculous. Word up. Let's pick up these pieces. Let's see what